Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this session, I will explain you about while loop in Python. This is Deepak here. Today, I will cover different aspects of the while loop and I will also show you each and every example on infinite while loop, then nested while loop, and finally, I will end up with the while loop with else block. So if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing and pressing bell icon for more updates. Let's begin with while loop. So whenever we are working with any programming language, that programming language is always contain, or computer programming language always contain while loop, which is plays very important role when we are working with any looping or want to print any numbers in a loop. So unless and until it will certify the condition, or unless and until the condition is true, it will continue to print the value. So first of all, what is while loop? While loop is used to iterate over a block of code repeatedly until a given condition returns false. In the last tutorial, we have seen if else condition in Python, which is also used for the conditional purpose. But when we are considering for loop will place a very major differences with while loop when we are not certain of the number of times the loop requires execution. On the other hand, when we exactly know how many times we need to run the loop, we use for loop. So this is the syntax of the while loop, and major components we'll discuss here about the infinite while loop, nested while loop in the Python, and while loop with else block. So let's jump to the online terminal where we are going to code it here. So let me delete here. So if I want to print the number having some limitation, and with that number we are going to define the n value which I want to be printed. So let's see, n equal to 4, and in while loop I am giving here a condition for printing. So while n is less than or equal to 12, so I want just less than 12, then print value n, and we are going to provide here as the increments. So n equal to n plus 1. So unless and until the number will less than 12, then only it prints value, otherwise it will stop printing. So let's see the result. So as you can see here, it will print 4, 5, 6, 7, and every time it is increasing the number. So it will jump to the n, check the value, n equal to 4, then it will print 4, then again it will go for the increment, and now the previous value was 4, it becomes 5. Then it prints 5 and it will repeat until and unless it will satisfy or the condition is true. So if I want to be the great equal to number is also printed, just I have to provide here as a equal to operator and run the code, then 12 will also available in the list. So how this we are going to print it here, but when we are considering a nested while loop, that time, or infinite while loop, let's check for the infinite while loop. That condition will be printed until we stop the execution. So I'm not giving anything here. Let's run this. So if we are not providing any increment operator, same value will print again and again, and as you can see here, it's still continuing to be printing. See, So let's stop this. This is called as infinite while loop. So here it will print same value or value of n indefinitely, because inside loop we are not updating the value of number. It means we are not increasing the number. Because of that, it's continuing to print the value. For cleaning the terminal, you can click on this. It will clean up your script. Now let's see how we can print in nested while loop in Python. So when a while loop is present inside another while loop, then it is called as nested while loop. So let's see one example here. So if I want to assign the value I equal to 1, then next value I want to provide it here as a j equal to 4 while I less than 4, or let me enter here as a value 6. Then I am providing here the 5. Next while loop I want to print here as a while j greater than 6, 9. Okay. Now print the value, print the value I here, comma, in between the double quotes, again there is one, comma, and at the end I want j. Okay. Now let me increment the value. So j equal to I plus 1, then not I plus 1, it's j plus 1, and I equal to I plus 1. Let me run this and see the code. Where is that? I equal to I plus 1. I think it's right value. Now you can see here, so 1, 6, 2, 7 and 3, 8. So until and unless it will satisfy the condition, so as you can see here, so it will print first value, that is I1, then comma, and then 6, means exactly this value whatever we have provided. Next it will jump to this and increment the value. So 1 will become 2 here, 6 will become 7, then it will again check the condition because it's meeting the requirement, because unless and until I is less than 5, it will start printing execution, and j is less than 9, then it will continue to print the value. So let me give it here 8 and see we are getting third value or not. We are stopping here and run the code again. We'll get only 2 value. So unless and until it will satisfy the condition, it will continue to print the value. So let's see the third concept, that is while loop with else block. So when we are working with else block, it's optional, but it executes only after the loop finish execution. So let me declare n equal to 6 or 12, then while loop, while n is less than 6, print the number, print the value, and next increment n equal to n plus 1 or n minus 1. Next, else condition, print loop closed. Let's run this code. Now it's disconnected. So when we are checking this value, unless and until it will satisfy the condition less than 6, it will continue to print. At the end, it will show up with the loop ending message. So this is all about how we can create while loop with their different options like. So let me run it again, this code, because now it's connected. It's showing 6 here. I think it's right. Sometimes because of the parameters or some we have not provided here the column. Let me run again. You can see here it will print 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 until 6. So if I want to see again the result, you can see it will print up to 9 and close the loop. So this is how it works with the else. So let's recap this. We have started with while loop and their concept. Then we have checked about the syntax, and next we jump to the flow. So in the flow we have discussed about given condition is checked. If the condition true, returns false, the loop is terminated and the control jumps to the next statement in the program after the loop. If the condition returns true, set of statement inside loop are executed and then the control jumps to the beginning of the loop for next iteration. Then we have looked about the while loop example by using code. Then we have discussed about infinite while loop with their example. Then third step we have checked about nested while loop in Python. So we have created one program while within while loop, and finally we have discussed about while loop with else blocks. So this is all about while loop in Python. Hope you liked it. If you really enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and pressing bell icon for more updates. Thank you for watching.